Mystic Michaela spiritual family. Welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela. Whoa, I have Lexi Brumback here from Cheer on Netflix. She has a Starseed aura. Gonna talk about that with her. But first, hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. This is great. So
I know. I am so excited.
I mean, I wanted to, that was my dream, you know.
What?
To be a cheerleader.
I know.
Didn't happen.
That was a terrible. You should tell the origin story of that.
I tried to manifest it.
Yeah.
I practiced. I did my cartwheels, roundabouts, back handsprings,
mat
front
talk.
rolls, mat
talk on mat.
On mat. And as much energy as I thought that I had put to it, and I thought I'd get better, I did not. I got worse.
You got worse.
The law of attraction, the secret, all those things did not work for me.
No.
When it came to being a cheerleader. But we do have Lexi here, and she's in our green room, and she's warming up. She's doing some front handsprings.
Yes.
So we'll let her warm up for a little bit. I was looking at the TV the other day on I think it was Good Morning America, and they were saying something about Britney Spears, like free Britney Spears.
Huge movement going on.
What is that?
So hashtag Free Britney. It's the Free Britney movement. Basically, she's been in, I never can say this word. It's a conservatorship.
A conservatory?
It's a conservatorship. I might be saying that wrong. It just means she can't do anything without, like, a bunch of doctors, like, family members and lawyers all, like, agreeing. So, like, she can't spend, certain amounts of money. I don't know the details of it, honestly. But a lot of the fans are concerned about her because they think that she's kind of locked up and she can't do anything, and she's very controlled by her father, people are saying, and whatnot. So it's upsetting, and her family spoke out about it, and that's why you saw it on Good Morning America.
And I noticed that you're supposed to use the hashtag Free Britney.
Well, yeah,
Free Britney or
and then they go down rabbit holes a little bit with it, and it gets a little deeper. And then the family says it's a family matter, so it's very sensitive.
Okay. Well, that got me thinking, actually.
Yeah.
Because I think I have the same situation going on with my dad.
Oh, my God.
My dad, and I'm going to call the movement hashtag Free Bert. So my dad's name's Bert. It's B-E-R-T. So if you want to look it up, it's free, F-R-E-E, well, hashtag free, and then Bert, B-E-R-T.
Yeah.
And I feel like my mom has made him a prisoner during this quarantine. So
how do you figure?
Well, he's not allowed to leave the house.
That is true.
He at all.
Yeah.
Like he can't go to like Publix, our grocery store Publix. Everybody knows about that now, right? He can't go there.
Yeah.
I asked him like last night, hey, do you want to just go to the beach?
Yeah, nighttime.
No
one's there.
Nobody's there.
Yeah, at night, no one's there.
Not allowed to.
Oh.
He can't leave the house for that.
Oh, God.
He cannot do anything. I mean, he can't do takeout. He's not allowed to have takeout.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The other day, you don't even know this.
No, I don't.
11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I snuck out. I got him a chicken sandwich, fried chicken. I threw it through the mail slot.
Did you really?
Yeah. And his hand was there. And he was just like, oh. And just like,
That's concerning.
Yeah. He got it, though. He got it. The chicken. And he just like gobbled it down before. And I heard her in the background. Bert! Bert!
Oh, my God.
But he ate it, I think.
What do we do? What do we do?
I don't know. He's got to take a shower with a mask on.
Oh, my God.
She makes him shower with a mask on. Like, how is he going to get COVID in the shower?
I mean, the water might have it.
Possibly. Like, I don't know. This is terrible.
Oh
I don't know. I started this Free Bert.
Yes.
I've been putting all my Instagram stories, everything. I've hashtagged it. We got to get him out of this.
Yeah.
Because I feel really bad for him.
You need to gather an army of social media trolls.
Yes.
To help you. Even though they have no existence on social media, you may need their help.
Right. I need all the help we can get to free him. He's looking thin. He can barely walk.
Yes.
Because he can't leave the house. He has no muscle anymore.
Oh, my God.
There's no muscles in his legs.
Oh.
Yeah, he's practically crawling around the house now.
Oh, this is terrible.
It's terrible.
It's very disturbing.
Lexi is almost ready.
You depressed me.
She just did a front backwards handspring cartwheel.
Right.
And I think she's giving us a sign that that's the final move for her warm-up.
All right.
And I think she's ready to go for the interview.
All right, so we're going to talk about that. But first, we got to talk about Sunbasket. Sunbasket. Here we go. You can skip the grocery store and have delicious meals full of organic, fresh produce delivered straight to your door. We did, and it was really good. It was really good. Sunbasket delivers fresh, healthy, delicious meals straight to your door. Sunbasket has delicious recipes for all kinds of dietary preferences, including paleo, gluten-free, Mediterranean, vegetarian, and more. They make it easy and convenient, and that's true because everything's pre-portioned and ready to prep and cook. And you can enjoy a dinner full of organic, fresh produce and clean ingredients in as little as 15 minutes, no matter how much experience you have in the kitchen. Each week, Sunbasket offers a wide range of meals to choose from. So you can try mouthwatering dishes like wholesome steak, strip lettuce cups with pickled daikon and carrots, roasted salmon with miso glazed eggplants, black bean tostadas Diablo with cabbage slaw and guacamole.
This is perfect.
What?
Sunbasket.
What?
I'm going to get my dad the Sunbasket.
Oh, my God.
If I get these things, you said steak in there, right?
Yeah, there's steak he can eat.
Oh, my God. This is perfect.
Okay.
Thank God.
You got to get him the Sunbasket.
Sunbasket.
And guess what? There's a coupon, so just keep listening.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, Scott. There's a coupon.
Okay.
Okay. So you can order from any meals across their menu, skip a week whenever you need to, or even double up on your favorites. It's simple, easy, with no gotchas. We got a bunch of different recipes, but one of them we got was the Southeast Asian chicken salad with sesame lime dressing. It was huge. Like they said it's 2 servings, but honestly, it was for the whole family. And I had some the next day. I mean, so the big portions, and it was really flavorful. And I felt like a professional cook because they give you all your herbs and everything's there. So it's really great. So listen to this. This is a good deal, okay? Right now, Sunbasket is offering $35 off your order when you go right now to sunbasket.com/KYA and enter promo code KYA at checkout. That is sunbasket.com/KYA and enter promo code KYA at checkout for $35 off your order. Sunbasket.com/KYA, enter promo code KYA. You got that, Scott?
I got that, and I think this is going to help my Free Bert movement. Remember that? Free Bert.
Free Bert.
Free Bert.
Hey, guys. I am here with Lexi Brumback. Am I saying that right, Lexi?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my gosh. One of the stars of Netflix's, hit series, Cheer. And didn't it, receive 6 Emmy nominations or something?
Yeah, we did. It's really exciting.
That is nuts. And, okay, so now tell me. So you cheer for Navarro, and tell me if I get this right, that you guys have won, Navarro's won 13 national championships and 5 grand national championships. Is that correct?
We've won 14. We were shooting for 15.
Okay.
But then 2020 happened.
Oh, my God.
And, a lot of stuff didn't happen because of that. But, we're going to shoot for it this next coming up year.
Okay, that was one of my questions, too. How has the pandemic just affected your are you living there? It's Corsicana, right? Are you living there? No.
Not right now. Honestly, I came home for spring break and then never came back.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's just been spring break turned into summer. And I went back, of course, to get all of my stuff out of my dorm, but I've been living here in Houston ever since the pandemic happened.
Wow.
But I moved back to Navarro it was 10 days yesterday, and now it's in 9 days. I moved back.
Okay, that's so you will be going back, and you guys are gonna reconvene and rally and get this going. Okay, that's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we all saw you win on that stage in Daytona on the series. And what did it feel like to win? What does that actually feel like? Because I don't
honestly, it was extremely crazy. I've said this a few times before, but I honestly have never felt so high off of life.
Yeah.
And I was just crying from so much happiness. And it usually takes a lot for me to cry because I'm not really a crier, but I was just crying because I was so happy. And that just feeling of all of the hard work that you did, all of the times you wanted to quit. Honestly, I was going to quit. I haven't really told too many people about it, but at the beginning / middle of the year at Navarra, like I wanted to like just leave and not come back. Like I wasn't even planning to come back for second semester because I was having such a rough time, like getting used to everything. Like I wanted to give up so bad because of how hard it was on my body, how hard it was on my mind and soul. Like, and it was just, it's very taxing, but like what I didn't know was like how rewarding it all is, like at the end, whenever you do win and like it pays off and like it makes everything worth it. Like you forget about all of like the BS that you went through on the way there, and like it just makes it so worth it because you get such a dopamine rush whenever they announce your name for first place, and like everyone is just like matching your energy, and it's like such a great feeling because like it's not just you feeling it, like everyone around you is feeling it, and that energy is just radiating, and like you can feel the crowd feeling it for you too, and like it's just amazing. Like everyone just starts breaking down crying because they're so happy, jumping around. Like it's just an amazing feeling, and honestly I'm really excited to get back to Daytona this next year because last year we didn't get to experience that, and I felt so bad for all of the rookies, which were the first years that went through the worst not to experience the best, and like I felt so bad for them because like that's what makes it all worth it, is going to Daytona. And I just want everyone to be able to like get that feeling again next year. So
I love how you describe that, just like this collective high vibration, like you guys all were in and together, like how unifying, how cosmic or something, just like all of you.
It was so amazing. Like it really is. Like it's kind of like, that's the best way I can describe it, but like it is like something that's really hard to describe unless you're like there.
Yeah. And I think like when I was watching it, and I think like the appeal of the show in itself is how accurately that's depicted. Like that is, I mean, there's elements to the sport. I mean, and I, like a lot of people, had no idea about cheer and had no, and it almost makes it like way more cooler or something, that it's like there is this intense passion subgroup of people, this passionate subgroup, and you guys give your all to something, and like what's it for? And it's really for this like collective energy, this vibration, this like, and you do it for each other, like you support one another. It's not even it's individual, but it's the collective too. So it's a selfless sport in a lot of ways. You're only as good as your partner.
It really makes you feel like you're a part of something bigger than yourself, which is such a great feeling to have, because like you know that like you're not just doing it for your growth, you're doing it for the person next to you, and they'll do it for you too. And like it's just like, I don't know. It's really rewarding.
So we have to talk about your aura, because so your aura is, your energy around you. I feel like you know about this stuff. Your aura is your energy around you. And when the show was on, and obviously everyone was talking about it, I have a Facebook group, and and a lot of people were like, what is with Lexi? There's just something about her. She just stands out, and you do. So the way I see your aura, and I don't believe I've ever seen an aura the same as yours. It's purple, but like
no way.
But underneath it's got this crystal under, like, so it's almost like if I took like a thin veil of purple and like laid it over a beautiful like crystal, like a shiny bright crystal or something. So it's like very backlit. So it's like a crystal purple thing. And for me, the way I see that and the way I feel you, it's like starseed energy. And I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but like that's, oh my gosh. Oh, all right. So sometimes when I explain starseeds to starseeds, and I don't meet a lot of you guys, so it's kind of like, I don't know, we'll see what you think about this. So when I look at
educate me.
So tell me what you think. So when I I'm looking at you right now and I see your aura, I feel like there's two parts of you. There's the part that always had to fit in, and then there's the part that always felt like not like everyone else. And I think like that's a common thing, like growing up, like, oh, I feel like an outsider, I feel isolated. But for you, I feel like there's more to it. And this is because of that starseed energy. And the way starseeds can be described is like, this could be not this could be your first incarnation as human on this planet. So I kind of get like feelings that you were other life forms before you were human, if that makes sense. And so I get around you this almost like separateness and almost this way of seeing the world where humanity and the way that we act and everything could be very confusing for you, because you see it in such a loving, compassionate, and like, this is so stupid why we're fighting about like race or you know, gay rights or things like that. It's like, what is this is stupid, because I feel like your energy comes from a completely different realm where they're beyond that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've always felt like I've had really, like, ever since I was like little, I feel like I've always had like really good like morals, and like just like the way that, like, you know, I've always known like what right from wrong in a way, and like I've never like understood like people that have like grudges or like prejudice, and like, yeah, so like I do really feel that. And I feel like I've always been like that one person for all of my friends that like I always like give them advice on things, and usually, I don't know, I've always felt like I've like very like strong mentally. I mean, when I was younger, like I struggled with like mental health, but like I was just not living a good life because my decisions were just impulsive. But like I felt like the past like 3 years I've done like a lot of growing, and like I feel like it takes a lot, honestly, to like put me in a low place mentally, because I've like always been able to like get myself out of like a darkness if I like feel it coming along. Like I'm like very like proactive on like handling it before it happens and helping others do the same.
Wow. So I feel like you're describing like that you've had a spiritual download, which is kind of like, that's like, that is like a starseed thing. Like, did you feel like 3 years ago or whatever, you had like a major life shift moment, like where it all just like hit you at once or something like that?
Yeah. Honestly, like I wasn't really like thinking about like the consequences of my actions, because honestly, in a sense, I didn't really care at the time, because I was easily influenced by like the people around me, and I was so young that I didn't really question things. And I mean, honestly, no, I always like was curious, and that's what it was. Like, I love learning things that I don't know, and I like having knowledge because I like being able to spread that knowledge, whether it's good or like something that like isn't like good, but you know, people still need to know about it.
Yeah, that's such a starseed thing. Yeah, like you have like missions, like you get missions, like I need people to know about this, or yeah,
I've always been like an explorer, like in all senses, and even like things that like I know that I probably shouldn't have done back in the day, like I don't regret it, because that gave me knowledge that I have now, and like I grew from that.
I think, perspective is a huge, because like, well, you're purple too, and I talk, and so purples can get a little self-destructive, and like if I'm allowed to go a little deeper in this, okay, thank you. Okay, so I do get with you. Growing up, I feel like there was a lot going on where you could feel angry. And I get that the anger could come from just feeling frustrated and out of control and not always seen by the people who are supposed to see you. And did your parents split up or something?
Yes, actually. That's actually one of the reasons why I even got into cheer in the first place, because I was like a really young kid. And honestly, like my mom put me in cheer whenever my parents divorced. So, like, it was kind of like a distraction, and it ended up just becoming, like, my getaway. Yeah. And that's why, like, I just became so obsessed with cheerleading, because I just, like, I didn't really think about my problems when I was there. And I, like, you know, just was always asking to go to the gym. Even when I didn't have practice, I was literally known as the gym rat, because I was just always there.
Yeah, and I think cheer is like one of those unique sports where when you're doing it, I would assume you really can't think of anything else because it is so
it takes a lot of like, it takes you really being present to like focus on like what you're doing, and if you want to, you have to do like these things right, or else like you could really hurt yourself.
Yeah. And I find it interesting that I found like in cheer too, like with the castmates that they showed around you, like a lot of you guys did have backstories that were really heart-wrenching, and I wonder if cheer is that kind of sport where it's like, you know what, this can get my mind off of it and I can focus and I can channel all that rage or all that sadness or all that anything I have into this. And maybe that's what cheer takes. Like you can't be some sort of like, I had a perfect childhood and now I'm like, it's just too.
Actually, a lot of people do. It's like, it's such a broad sport. Like I feel like with most sports, like there's like a huge variety, because honestly, before I got to Navarro, most of the other cheerleaders that I knew were like extremely privileged, didn't really know what hardship was like, didn't really know what like, you know, struggling was like. And honestly, I never really fit in with other cheerleaders. I was in cheerleading since I was like 6 or 7, and I never made an actual like best friend or someone that like I hung out with outside of the sport until I was about like 15 or 16. My friend Sailor, who's still my best friend till this day, we became friends in all-star cheer, which is like competitive cheer. It's not like a sport for school, and we're still best friends to this day. But like what made her different is like she was just so much more like open-minded and like not afraid to be herself, and that's why like we just clicked, and we just were friends ever since. And when I got to Navarro, which is when I really started like actually making like cheer friends. I had never really like made cheer friends before that, but I feel like college is a time where everyone just starts learning themselves more.
Yes, that's true.
And like you're learning yourselves together and learning about each other. And like you really start maturing and like finding like, you know, your people that in that age. So I feel like that's another reason why like I really like made like more cheer friends at Navarro. Plus we're with each other every freaking day, so like it's kind of hard not to get to know each other.
You have to. Do you guys develop? That was my other question. Do you guys have some sort of? Do you feel like you have some sort of telepathic communication with your teammates? Because like watching you guys perform, you have to know like, oh my god, he's gonna do this. This is what he's thinking. Like, do you kind of have that with each other?
Honestly, it like develops along the way because we do it so much. Like, I couldn't even tell you like how many times in one day like we would do just the pyramid. Like it would be in the like probably like 20-30 times.
Oh my God.
It's a lot. And like literally you do it so much that it becomes muscle memory. And then we even like teach ourselves like, okay, if we mess up, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
And then so like if something does go wrong, like you just give your partner that look and then they're like, okay, we know what to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just becomes like, you know, things that like you get so used to doing it because you've done it like hundreds of times and like it becomes so natural.
It's such a bond. What I know with you, and when I look at you too, I feel like you're the type of person, if somebody gives you a task or if somebody you really love and respect says, do this for me, I feel like you do that. Like, and I feel like nothing, is that just how you are with everything? Cause that's how I feel like you're that type of person. Like if somebody in your inner circle entrusts you with, I need you to show up for me, or I need you to do this or that, like, I feel like no matter what, you'll do that. Have you just always been like that?
No, I'm there. Like, I always try to be the friend that, like, I would want. And, like, I have really, like, I'm actually really happy with, like, my circle of people right now, because I've been through so many, like, toxic circles in my life. And, like, the past like couple of years, like I've really like gathered like a really like strong, like, you know, little group of friends. And they're all people that I know would be there for me if I needed them to be. And like, I would be there for them if they needed me. And like anything, like really anything about anyone that I love, like if they need me to, loan the money, I'll loan the money. If they need me to go pick them up at 3 a.m. if they're stranded, I'll go do that. Like, I'll let them stay here. I just had a friend living here because he didn't have anywhere else to go. And like, it's just like, I just would know like how I would feel like if I was in like, a state of need. And like, it really sucks to not like,
you're getting attacked by something. I saw it too. It was like the size of a quarter. I was like,
oh, hell no.
It's gone. I don't see it.
Oh my God. That was terrifying. I heard it buzzing. That's terrible.
Yeah, it was huge.
Anyways, I know what it would be like to like be like in a state of need and like not have anyone to run to. Like that would be like, so like sad and depressing. Like, and I don't want any of my friends to ever know what that feels like.
Have you known what that felt like? Do you know what that feels like?
Yeah, honestly, whenever I was like, when I was like 16, 17, it was like definitely the lowest point in my entire life. It was when I was dropped out of high school and like not doing anything with my life besides hanging out with like drug dealers, junkies, gangbangers, like all kinds of
that sounds purple.
Toxic people.
Yeah.
And like, I just like, I didn't really know what to do with my life. I was so young. Like I wasn't living at home. I ran away and like, I was just like going crazy. And that was definitely like the lowest point. And those people didn't care about what my life was going through. They didn't even care about their own lives.
Right.
Like, so like, I know that like they didn't give a crap about me. And in a sense at the time, I didn't really care. And
yeah.
Like, I had to go through some pretty, like, life-threatening things to, like, realize that I had to, like, do something different. And one of the main things was, like, just seeing, like, what it did to my mom. And, like, I was, like, somewhat okay with, like, hurting myself, but, like, I wasn't okay with, like, seeing how it affected others.
Yeah.
And especially the people that loved me, like my mom and my grandparents. And I just didn't want to do that to them. And then I started to realize that like I couldn't do that to myself either.
Wow, that's amazing that you could crawl out of that, because it is such a whirlpool where you can get really stuck in it. I talk about, because like I said, you're purple too, and like purples do get self-destructive. When I look at you, I feel like I call it purple bombs, and I feel it's kind of like when your life, you want change, and purples crave. So I feel like you're the type of person that craves change. Like you do need change. Like you can't handle things being stagnant. Like let's change it up. Let's do something different, blah, 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 blah. But if you're not honest with yourself, or you're not like in a place where you're like, okay, I'm going to give myself good change, or I'm going to give myself, I'm going to learn more, do something constructive with it, there can be this need to do something destructive with it. And perhaps that's what you went through. And then you didn't feel awesome about yourself, because I feel like as a kid, like there were moments when, like when you're a little kid, like whatever things that you went through, because I get like a rejection thing going on with certain people in your life. And I feel like, when you're a little kid, you're like, oh my gosh, I was rejected. That means I'm rejectable. And then you self-reject. And then you can like subconsciously choose people that make you feel that way again, because it's like comfortable or familiar. And so maybe those were those types of people, and you kind of purple bombed with that or whatever. Like, okay, I'm going to leave school. I'm going to do, because maybe sometimes it feels weird to be successful or loved, or because like right now you're such, like people look at you and it's like, it's a lot. Like it's probably, how does it feel to have all these people like, oh my gosh, Lexi, like you inspire me? I'm sure it feels good. Does it feel stressful too?
Yeah, it's been like definitely a little bit of both. I really do feel like I went through like the worst to experience the best, and I've like said that before. And like I definitely like am proud of how far that I've come in just like 3 years. And it's been like so like amazing to see like what doors have opened for me, and like now like the dreams and aspirations that I have like can actually come true, because before there was no way I was going to be able to like follow my dream of art. Like I always like thought about it and fantasized about it, but like I didn't have like an actual base and like, you know, anything that could make that happen. And like now that I can actually like do what I want to do in life, which is so sad because like so many people don't get to actually do what they want to do. They settle, and then they just do that for the rest of their life. And
that's true.
Like I really wish that like things could be different, like so that, you know, people that just get lucky like me aren't the only ones that get to like actually go and, you know, live out their dreams. And I've really been like super thankful and blessed for that, because I know that like that's extremely rare unless you're just born into like a really rich family that can like, you know, set you up for like anything that you want to do.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't my case before, like, you know, the show came out and everything. I didn't have money like that, and like my family's not like super rich either. I never even thought I was going to go to college until I got the opportunity to have a scholarship. And so like I've really like just been amazed in like all of the things that have been happening for me. And I guess the only like things that have been like challenging about it is like having to walk on eggshells like in the public eye. Like you do one slightly wrong move and you're canceled or whatever.
Oh my God,
they're doing these days. And like,
yes,
you know, it's a little scary because like, you know, they can like screenshot something you said from 2013 and you'll still be canceled. Like, you know, and it's like, it's a little intimidating because like people on the internet are like very sensitive sometimes, and like it can be a little worrisome. But like I don't really like post too much of my personal things like online. I don't really like to do that. I would rather like just talk one-on-one with like someone like you, like for this podcast, for example, but I'm never gonna like go on Twitter and like just start like talking about like my feelings and stuff unless someone like asks me like specifically about something. But that like I usually sorry, go ahead.
No, I would just like every time you say things like it's so crystal starseed for me. Like I just like you're just so humble and you're so altruistic, and you have this thing like where you have the perspective of where you're at and how different it could have been. And I just feel like that's the reason why you have this platform, Lexi. Like because you are somebody who takes it very seriously, and you are somebody who I do feel like you're bringing awareness to a lot of things, especially in the cheer world where other people wouldn't do that, if that makes so. Like just for your art, for example, when I look at it, and I'm not an artist, but I screenshotted it so I could look at it during this conversation because I love it. But I love looking at artists' work when I'm doing a reading. And I'm looking at the latest one you put, that one.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. So when I look at this, and this is just pure energy, and this is just what I get off of it, like, it makes me feel like I get this feeling of otherworldliness, of like what I talked about before, like, separate, but also learning how to be separate and also be part of it. And I feel like you've merged that somehow. I feel like you've merged your almost like unique perspective, your old soul, like a little bit like I'm apart from everybody or that, but you've merged that identity.
I've been told I have an old soul quite a bit.
Oh my God. Yes. And you're married, right?
So me and my boyfriend, we like did this thing on, it was like last year, I believe, where it was kind of a joke. I have a video of him, like hit his vape and then blew a smoke ring onto my finger. And then, like, we put on Facebook that we were engaged. And it was so funny. Like, everyone believed it.
Did it blow up?
Yeah, like, everyone was like, oh, my God, congratulations. And, like, it was so funny. We just didn't say anything because, like, we're getting married anyways.
Right.
So, like,
but you
just have a really long engagement.
But you live together, right?
Yes. We might as well be married.
Yeah, because you feel married. You feel married to him. Can I talk about him? Is that okay? I have his picture, too.
Yes, he is my twin flame.
Oh, my God.
Love him so much.
I would call him more your soulmate just because, like, when I do readings, and I know everybody's different, but, like, twin flames are more stressful, and he feels like he's a good, like, perfect fits. Like,
really? I didn't get the sense that those were stressful. I, like, honestly, like, read just a little bit. I haven't, like, really, like, dabbled into that. But the only reason that I, like, felt that was because I feel like we really share a mind sometimes.
Yeah, he feels like you and him feel like you have a mission together. Like and I feel like and I feel like, so it's not just your relationship, it's like how people view you and like what awareness that this love is bringing to people. It's very contagious because he's trans, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I feel like with you and just, it makes so much sense, like just showing people like love is love and let's normalize this because it is normal and let's bring this into people's homes, you know, and just make it, this is beautiful, you know, and when I look at his picture though, he's purple and blue. And so he feels like he has such a big heart. Like, I feel like, oh my God.
You're so right. He's the sweetest, most genuine, like, giving person. Yes. Like, he would literally give anyone his last $5, like, if they needed it. Like, he is, like, always, like, just trying to help, and it's such, like, a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that blue is, like, empath, so, like, he can really feel other people's feelings, and I feel like it can totally affect him. Like, he can't be around people who are sad without trying to make them feel better. But it can, and I feel like he must have had to work so hard, honestly, like with advocating and self-advocating and putting himself out there, because people with his aura color are the most affected by negativity and toxicity. And so, like, that he could do this, he's definitely channeling and he's pulling energy from a bigger source to do it. And I feel like you help him with that all the time. And I feel
try.
I feel like you do. And he feels like he encourages you too. I feel like he's like just very supportive and, well, you guys do feel married. So like, that's kind of.
Yeah, we do. We basically are.
And you guys feel like best friends, and it just feels like, did it happen super quick? Like when you met him, was it like, oh my gosh, like this is it?
Yeah, it was actually like crazy. I've never been like someone that's like right away just like spending every day with each other. Like literally from the first time we hung out, like we started like hanging out every single day, and it felt like I've like known him already. Like it literally was like we're just catching up.
Past life connection. Totally.
Yeah, like I really do feel like that. And it's just like, it's crazy because I've never like bonded with anyone like so quickly. And like I've never been like so confident that like this definitely is the person that like I will spend the rest of my life with. Like like every other relationship I've been in, like I've run into like so many like problems that are like not able to like, you know, come out from, and like just like arguments all the time, like not seeing eye to eye. And like, I mean, me and him, like, you know, every couple like has like their arguments or whatever, but like we like handle things like so like productively, and like we just like, we have so much like patience like for each other, and like we both know what we want, and we both know that like we're going to accomplish it together.
Yes.
And it's just like, I don't know, I'm really glad that I have him to like walk through me with life. Wait, I just said that. To walk with me through life. And like, it's just, we both talk about how we always feel like so lucky because like we're still so young, and a lot of people don't find like their soulmates until they're like older, and like we've just like, we know that we're like extremely lucky, and that we'll always be there for each other no matter what, and like even in our next life we'll still be with each other.
Guys, like, that's like so beautiful. Do you have like, did you do like a matching tattoo thing or something?
We actually do kind of have a matching tattoo, and that one's a long story.
I just got this like feeling. I'm like, I feel like they have a matching tattoo thing. Like, I just got this.
It's really funny, actually. It wasn't really like our idea.
Oh no.
So we have. It's like, I'll show you.
Oh yeah, let me see. Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay, so
it's a triangle with a heart.
Actually, that was whenever this was. Okay, it's kind of like a dumb, impulsive idea.
Well, I don't know if tattoos. It's okay. Tattoo stories can be like that.
I mean, at least it's like kind of cute. But like, we were dating this girl, and it was her idea to get the tattoos. We all three got them.
Oh my god!
And
where is she now?
Actually, we're still friends with her.
Oh, God. Okay.
We were just, like, taking a break, I guess. Like, we still, like, are friends with her and everything. And, like, we've talked about, like, trying again in the future.
Yeah.
But, like, just, like, I guess it just wasn't right for, like, this time.
Mm-hmm.
And, but we do plan on, like, trying again in the future. It's just, like, right now, we all have some stuff that we just need to focus on, and like we don't want anyone to get like hurt or whatnot. Like, we want to make sure that we're 100% ready for this, because just like normal relationships are hard, but like bringing someone else into it is like, you know, you got to keep that another person's feelings into consideration. Like that's another person that has to agree on what you want to eat whenever we go out to eat.
Yeah.
And, like, just like, you know, it's like, it's a lot of work just being in a couple, but like a throuple is like so much like more complicated, and like, you know, we're like just trying to be smart about it, because like we don't want to like just move too fast and then it crashes. Like, we want to just like make sure that like everything will be okay.
Do you feel like you and Dominic are the ones that kind of make these choices primarily? Like, because it's like you two feel like you're very bonded, you know? So it's like you two always. And then like whoever comes in other would be kind of like your choice as a couple. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it was both of our choice. Both something that like we always like make decisions together. Like, I would never like bring someone else in and be like, oh yeah, so like you're gonna be with her now. Like, no, like we talk about things like we're gonna like, you know, make sure that everyone is on the same like frequency about it, and like just so that no one is like feeling like some type of way. Like, I always know that like communication is key, and like you don't want to like bottle your feelings, because then you'll just explode later at the wrong time.
Yeah,
so like
purple bomb.
The moment that you feel something, like you need to speak on it. And like Dom has always been like a little hesitant about like speaking on his opinions and stuff, because like, you know, it's just from his past, like he like struggled from like resentment for speaking up about things. And like, so like I've been seeing him like grow a lot. He's like getting really good at like talking about his feelings instead of bottling them up. And like he's starting to realize too that like his feelings like are valid, and that he's not just like, you know, crazy for feeling some type of way. And like I've really been seeing him like grow a lot as a person.
It's because he's got like that double empath energy. So like he's purple like you know. So that's kind of, and purples too. Like again with the purple thing, this is where you guys click. Like, wow, you change and like things to be interesting and not to do things like the regular way or whatever. And it's funny because like for you too, like with the Starseed thing, like they hate traditional roles. So the throuple thing totally makes sense for a Starseed, by the way, because like traditional roles, it's like, oh, why do we? And also I get this. Oh, tell me if this is true too, because a lot of like, and I feel this on you, like if somebody tells you something like this is the history of X, Y, and Z, do you always find yourself like questioning a little bit, like, is it the history? Should I look into that a little? kind of like that.
Yeah, honestly, like I have like always been like that, and it's funny that like you even say that at Navarro, like they force you to learn the history. I don't know if you remember that part of the show, and I was like,
I do. I was like, oh my goodness. Because I'm not from the South, so I'm like, what are they teaching these people? Yeah.
Yeah, for real. But yeah,
so yeah, I mean, it makes you question a little bit more. You're like, I don't know.
I've always been someone that questions things, like always. That's why, like, I feel like a lot of the time whenever I was younger, like, my mom warned me about, like, a lot of things before they happened. Wow. And, like, I was always the person that was, like, I have to know for myself if this is true or not.
Yeah.
So I learned the hard way with a lot of things because, like, I wanted to know from my own experience, not from someone else's.
You're kind of a strong person. You're like, I feel like you can take it. Like, if the lesson doesn't go right, it's just like, I think it's just like in your practice, like as a cheerleader and cheer, it's like, if I fall, I fall. Let's just do it again. Like, and it's kind of like a metaphor for your lessons in life. But somebody like Dominic, I feel like when he falls, it hurts in a different, because he's so sensitive. He
definitely like hesitates a little more
because it hurts more.
Taking risks. Yeah, like he feels like so strongly, and like whenever like he does feel something, like it really is like overpowering. So like he does like, he's a little like less on the taking chances side.
Sure.
And because he's very cautious about what he does, which is a good thing, but like it can also like hold you back from so much.
Yeah.
But like I do like respect him because like, I mean, he does care about things, but like that's where I come in and I'm like, you know what, like it's okay to like fail, but like just trying is what you have to do, because you never know, it might go the way you want it to, and then you'll be like, damn, why did I never do that before?
Oh my God.
Like,
absolutely. But that's what you're helping him on, because he probably had to survive a lot of his young life fitting in, being quiet. Like that was his survival. And it's hard to challenge that now that he's safe. And okay, like I'm safe. I'm an adult. I can speak. There's still always that feeling like, oh my God, what if people don't like me? Or what if I'm going to be attacked? Or what if, and maybe it makes him feel nervous that he's gonna, failing for him can subconsciously mean I'm not lovable or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that really like explains him so well. Like it really does.
Aww, you guys
I can tell
cute.
that you're really good at this. Aww. You've been doing this for a while.
I just love his
really
energy.
Spot on.
I love you guys as a couple. I feel like you're just. I just get like this vibe from both of you that you're making people think. First of obvious, like okay, like, and that's for you. I feel like you're like, yeah, I really like when people do that. Like I like because you're because that, and you do that with your art and you do that with your life, and it's just part of your way. Like when you say you want to help people, you want to give people hope and inspiration and chances and things. And I feel like that's why you have this platform, so people can take energy from you and apply that to their own life. You know what? Another thing about you. Okay, this is. I feel like I can go a little extra psychic-y with you. All right, so
let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so you feel, and I never say this, and I like never talk about it so much on the podcast because I do try to be like a down-to-earth psychic. But here we go. I feel like you have like a witchy thing going on. So like I get
that's so funny. I literally I like have books about like witchcraft and I haven't like fully like dove in to that like world entirely, but like I've always felt like I belong in that practice, and Dominic is into it as well. So we've been doing it together,
like a coven,
and just like learning. Like I got a book about just like the reason for why this is a thing, and like just the giving you knowledge about like what it can do for you, like about like just your life, and then like other people's experiences, and like just learning more about like the cosmic realm, and like just like the reason for like, you know, why this is a thing and why it can help you. And I was gonna like read that entire book before we like get into like our spells and stuff, because I want to completely like have a full understanding on things before like I just start like diving into like doing all of these like rituals and stuff.
Well, that's because you're very you're insanely intuitive. You know, I can tell that about, you know, and I feel like you know that about yourself, but so that's actually very responsible. You're like, before I work with energy, I want to understand the energy. Like, you don't, because you've had dark things enter into your life in the past, and you don't want, but you know you have more control over that. And I'm sure when you were talking about when you were 16, 17, a lot of dark entities were able to like latch on to your, have you ever had like really scary experiences, like in a psychic way?
Like with dark spirits following me. Yeah, I have actually.
Like shadows or things like that.
Yeah. And I had a friend that was well, ever since I was little, like it happened a lot more when I was a younger child. I would see like spirits a lot. And it would creep my mom out so much because I would draw them. Oh. And then she was terrified of it because she found this one drawing that I made. I don't even remember drawing this.
Holy cow.
And I drew this man, and it was captioned "The Man That Watches Mommy Sleep."
Whoa, Lexi.
She was like, nope, can't, no. And
your poor mother.
But yeah, like that was when I was younger, and like it didn't really like happen too much whenever I was like getting like slightly older, like preteens. But like whenever I was like 16, I think, I played. This is where we messed up. Yes. I played Ouija with some friends.
Yes.
And my friend that was playing with us got scared whenever what is it called? Plachette or something?
I don't even play with them. I'm too scared of them. I know the little triangle pushy thing.
He took his hands off without going to goodbye because he got scared when it started moving. And then ever since then, everyone that played was getting tormented by the spirit, who we called F because we couldn't pronounce his name.
Oh my God.
And literally, it was like our parents were experiencing stuff. They didn't even know that we played. And I noticed, because like at the time is whenever I started like downhilling, and I realized the more I was downhilling, the more like things were happening. And like even like our parents were experiencing crap. They didn't even know at first. And like everyone that was there was experiencing their own things at their house. And honestly, it followed me to Navarro like my first year there. Because, like, honestly, I was, like, in a dark place mentally. Like, my first, like, I told you how I wanted to quit. Because I was just, like, so, like, exhausted from everything. And because I had been out of school for 2 years before. And I dropped out of high school when I was 16. So I was coming in with that, like, 2.5 years of high school knowledge coming into college and trying to like act like, you know, everything was
you're not
like
used
I
to
learned
it.
all of that. And
like the math. Oh my God.
Yeah, actually math was my favorite subject,
which is a Starseed trait, by the way. I haven't even written here like you're good with metaphysics.
But so, and all of this weird stuff was happening. Like I would have like sleep paralysis. I would have nightmares. I would have like weird crap happening. Like I would put up my crystals to like, you know, for good energy, and like they would rock sometimes, and like stuff would fly off of my desk, and like
holy crap,
all kinds of weird crap. And like my friend Jade, who is she was psychic, and ever since she was little, spirits would come to her because they know, like, they like have a sense that like you can see them whenever like you have that like ability. And ever since she was little, she would have like, you know, spirits come to her, and it was always creepy because she would always tell me like, I saw a shadow figure standing by your bed today, and it was always my bed. It was never anyone else's.
The shadow thing. See, that's scary because that's what I got. I feel like it's. How'd you get rid of it? Because I do feel like it's gone.
Honestly, I just started like, what I would do is I would ignore it. I wouldn't give it any attention because I had a feeling that like it wanted me to notice.
Yeah.
And And I don't know if it was just one or if it was multiple, but and I've never been like afraid of spirits. Like I'm like cool with like coexisting with them as long as they're not like being malevolent or anything. Like I don't mind. Like I would be friends with a ghost if they were like a friendly ghost.
That's how I feel.
But like yeah,
they're not. They're just dead. They're not going to hurt you, right? But some of them aren't
good. Yeah, there's definitely like I know that there's bad ones and then there's good ones, but there's like neutrals where like they just like are confused or something. But like that's like part of the reason why I even like played Ouija's, because I've always been curious. Like I want to ask them questions that I don't have the answers to because I'm not dead,
right?
Or like I'm not like something from another realm, and and I just was always curious, so I'd always ask these like, "What's the other side like?" And like
when when I look at you, you have so much like ability, and it like, and your aura is very mesmerizing, not just to people, but like to the spirit world too. So you're going to get, just like in life, you probably get attention. You're like, what is this attention about? Like you're just standing there and people probably always have bothered you your whole life or whatever. It's the same thing with the spirit world. Like you just have this like the magnetic attraction. So everything is going to want to touch you or be around you or
always felt that. Like even when I'm alone at my house, I would feel like I'm not here alone. And I can tell like whenever it's like chill energy or whenever it's like a little bit like darker energy. But like I'm like chill with like, I guess I never really worried too much about the darker energies unless like I know that they're like trying to hurt me or hurt others around me. But I guess like how like it stopped happening was like I would stop giving it attention because like I know that they feed off of that fear.
Yes,
and that, like,
yes, you're right.
Like that
anything
darkness
negative
that you feel inside you, like that's like their fuel. And so the first thing I did was like just stop paying attention to it. The second thing I did was just like try to be like, you know what? I'm happy right now. Like, I'm going to be doing good things. Like, I'm not focused on that. Like, I'm focused on, like, bettering myself. And, like, I'm not worried about what I don't want to happen. I'm worrying about what I want to happen and what I'm going to do to make that happen. And, like, just, like, radiating more positivity. So, like, they're like, I don't like that. And they go away.
Okay, I see what you changed your channel. And so they can't tune into the negativity anymore. They don't like the positivity, so they stay away. But then you attract a different type of spirit. Yeah.
And I do feel like I have spirit guides.
Oh yeah.
And like, cause there's so many times that like, I've like, made a decision like not knowing what the outcome was going to be and like not knowing why exactly I made the decision, but then it ends up being like, oh my god, wow, like this is great.
Yeah, you have like a lot of you do have a ton of access to a lot of different positive entities, and what's different about you, which is different than like other people, because I've sensed like spirit guides around you, but I also sense, and this is what I get like when I do the kind of Starseed or the crystal aura people, there's something other. And it feels like a bigger power, and it does feel more cosmic or like a different other plane of existence.
I've always felt like that, and it's weird because like I don't know if it's, sometimes I can't tell if it's my subconscious or if it's a higher power like in my head telling me like you should do this, you need to do that, and like but like I feel like someone like is telling me, like guiding me, like what I should do, and like just like I guess giving me like my path, or like inspiring like an idea for like my path. And like I just sometimes I don't really feel like it's me coming up with these ideas,
right? And
like that's why I feel like a higher power is like definitely like really trying to like guide me on this journey.
Oh,
like,
absolutely, Lexi. Like that's why I really wanted to talk to you so bad, and like I stalked you in your DMs, and you actually answered me because I'm like, oh, I want to talk to her about like where this is coming from, because you'd have this like you definitely feel like you're a chess piece, but like a chess piece that wants to participate. Like, so you're like a person that's like, you know, subconsciously, like your higher self is like, yes, I feel like you said yes, like in your soul contract before you came here, like, yes, I will deal with the hard stuff to show the good stuff. And because of that, they have extra guidance and pushes and things for you to do, which just have brought you into this. It's just bringing you into this spotlight is no coincidence. Okay, I wanted to play something fun before like we left.
Yeah,
fun with like the castmates and stuff like that were on, I guess, cheer 1. Okay, so I told you what a purple bomb was, which is just basically like when somebody, usually it's purple people, but we don't have to worry about that so much. But like when somebody, their life is too stagnant, so they do something like crazy self-destructive or whatever to change it up. It's like purple bomb, like that. Which one of you guys would do that, like on the team? Do you think?
What other purple bombs are on the team?
Yeah, like, who's the other purple bomber?
Ladarius. Sometimes.
I was gonna say him. Yes, because like
Ladarius acts like so impulsively off of emotion.
Yeah,
like he really lets his emotions lead him through life.
He's so
and like
purple.
It can be a good thing, but it can also be a very, very bad thing because like whenever he feels a certain way, like it literally like takes over his whole body. And like I love him, bless his heart. Like he's such like a caring person, and like he would literally kill for the people that he loves. But like he definitely lets it like take him over sometimes. Yeah. But like I love him so much. Like he was actually my big, you know. Aww. Have you ever like heard of like the big little thing?
Yes.
In, like sports? Yeah, he was my big.
Oh.
And like he chose me because like he could tell that like I had come from like the same kind of like I guess way that like we act. Like we both were like really impulsive people. And he felt like since he was that way, like he could help guide me, like how to like deal with it sometimes. Because there's a lot of times like I would get mad at practice and I'd be like, fuck this.
Like screw it. Yeah.
I'm done. Like, and then he would like come and talk to me and be like, just like, stay focused because like we're all doing this for a reason. Like he's a really good motivational speaker though. Like that is one thing. Like he is so like good at like bringing like light to subjects and like speaking on things that like really make you think, wow, like it really is like that, and he's like, I really think he should be a motivational speaker because he's so good at inspiring people.
He's very
the way he talks
on the show. Like he really touched me with his story and just how tough he is, and then but you see what's behind that and you're like, wow, but it was funny because forever ago on my Instagram I did an aura read of everybody, just real quick on one of my posts. And Ladarius, I called him like Bad Girls Club Purple. Because I'm like,
he would love that.
Like the category is like bad girl, like he's purple, but he's Bad Girls Club Purple. Like that, like he's just, because it comes from this explosive spot, but then a few hours later it's like, hey, sorry. And you're just like, it's okay.
Yeah, really. That's how it was. Like one moment, like, at practice, he would be, like, yelling at someone, going off on them. And then, like, later that day, he's, like, all over them, like, hugging them. And, like, it's so funny.
Like, sorry. And you're just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's, like, and it's really hard to stay mad at him because, like, he's freaking hilarious. And, like,
funny. I mean.
He's so funny. And, like, you'll be, like, mad at him one day and then, like, literally later he'll like call you and be like, yeah, I'm sorry, and he's like, do you want to hang out? And then like whenever you're hanging out with him, like it's just so much fun. Like he's super entertaining. Like he really should be like a drag queen or something because he is such a performer and like such an entertainer, and like he was like definitely someone that was made to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, he and Jerry, okay, he's indigo. Like when I look at his aura, he's indigo, which for me is just like such a feeler, like such a feeler, like
such a sweetheart too.
Oh my gosh, like so sweet and such a feeler. Okay, what's my next one? Oh, all right. So I talk about this real quick. Like this will be the last one, and then I'll let you go. But like the yellow, no. So there's yellow people too. And so what they do when they're done with something, which is different than the purple bomb, is they'll just like tell you off and just do a 180 and then be like, we're doing this now instead. Is there anybody on the team that's like that?
Okay, so like whenever like something happens, like they just think of like a game plan. They're like, okay, this is how we're gonna deal with it.
Yes.
Definitely Monica.
Yes.
Monica's one of those people.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, scrap it. We're doing this, everybody.
It can be Morgan.
Okay.
I wasn't like super close with Morgan, but like I can tell like she definitely like she gets that from Monica. I can tell because she's been around Monica for so long that like that's probably something that like she's picked up from her. That's definitely Monica.
Do you read auras? Because this is exactly what I would say about her, because Morgan's got this fuzzy blue aura, and fuzzy blue people, different than blue like Dominic, fuzzy blue people are more absorbent of other people around them without knowing they're doing it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, that's what you just said.
So she's like very like subjective to other energies, like,
Yeah, so, okay, so I need another aura reader. Lexi, you can be with me. We'll do this as a team.
I should. I'm honestly really interested in this, and like, I've met like a couple other aura readers, like, and like I do hear that like it changes sometimes.
Yeah,
because like the first time I ever had my aura read, or it was like one of my friends that had like, I guess he'd been like into all of this since he was like 12.
Yeah.
And he told me that my aura was magenta. And that was the first time I had mine read. And then I can't remember. Someone else told me it was, I don't remember if they said red or purple, but I feel like I've heard purple before.
You definitely it's just so different because of the crystal, like and that part is why, not in a creepy way, but kind of, I was like, the whole time I was watching Cheer, I was like, oh my God, like, what, this girl? And then when you're doing all your practicing, or you're like really get your mind into it, it's like you go somewhere else or something, like, and I don't know, like, you just feel like you're such a dependable, and back to the metaphysics or like the math, or do you do that? Do you like do it in your head before you do the move or something, like to make sure that you don't?
Yeah.
Wow.
I always like visualize things before I like do them. And yeah, I don't know why. It's just definitely always been something.
Yeah, don't mess with it. Like, it works for you. So, Lexi, thank you like 4 billion times for coming on and talking to me about all this fun psychic starseed stuff. I definitely feel like we're going to be seeing more of you in the future. I can't wait to see what you and Dominic do together, because I see you definitely doing something artistic together also in the future.
Yeah.
In the media and all sorts of different ways. And I'm really excited to see that too. So where can we find you?
On social media?
Yeah. What's your handles?
Okay, my handle on Instagram is Lexis Brumback, LEXIS BRUMBACK. My Twitter is Lexi_Brumback. I believe. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, Lexi_Brumback. It's my Twitter.
Where you don't write feelings. No feelings on Twitter.
I don't do that. I'm on there for the memes. Right. I'm definitely on Twitter for the memes. And I have a Tumblr, but I barely ever like.
I don't even understand Tumblr, so
whenever I take like really artsy photos, because like I kind of have like a grunge theme going on my Tumblr.
Oh,
but it's Lexo Cream, LEXOKREAM. And yeah, no one that I know even follows me.
I don't understand Tumblr.
It's like I do it for like the vibes and like for like the inspiration for like, yeah, it's like a bunch of like artsy stuff.
Yes,
on there. I love the inspiration I find on there. But yeah, those are like the main things that I get on. I don't really get on Facebook that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are like my main apps.
I'll put it in the show notes. Thank you so much, Lexi. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys take care.